to make this fine lady aware of that, and she will go. You'll also notice at the back we have water available, cookies. I recommend the chocolate chip, and ads and pens as well if you want to take any notes. So unfortunately I wrote my speech in paragraph format, so I'm going to try not to read it verbatimly, and I'll try to focus on you guys as well. So I first wanted to thank everyone for being a part of the first of hopefully many Not All Dads Are Deadbeats organized seminars. We're here tonight to discuss the need for equal parenting and the need for children's rights to be recognized in the courts. We're all here because we have our own personal experiences with the injustice that's perpetuated throughout the courts by greedy lawyers, careless judges, misguided mothers, and apathetic politicians. We're all here tonight because we recognize the absolute necessity of a well-organized campaign to combat this injustice and to ensure that our children have the best possible future they have. So the underlying message of tonight's seminar is one of empowerment. Through the exchange of information, organization, and subsequent action based on this exchange of information, we can all accomplish our collective goals. So what I would like to personally see everybody take from tonight is a renewed sense of empowerment, both for the collective organization, for the fight towards equality in the courts, and an individual sense of empowerment as well, that we can all accomplish our goals and we can all contribute something to this fight. So tonight we welcome the following guest speakers. We welcome Matheson J. Goddard, who is a graduate of paralegal studies, who's going to be discussing family law and offering advice for fathers involved in the court system. Mary Lou Ambrosio, runner-up in the London North riding for London MP. She'll be discussing the politics of equal parenting and what you can do to petition the government for change. Brad Charlton, a local father who has gone through hell and back in the court system. He'll be discussing the proposal to assign an ombudsman to oversee the CIS. Frank Simons, Stony Creek resident and author of the book Courts from Hell. He has copies in the back, and I strongly recommend it. Purchasing one tonight. Frank will be discussing his book and his experiences fighting for equal parenting. And myself, of course, Dave, Flook. And I'll be discussing Not All Dads Are Deadbeats and what can be accomplished here in London, Ontario, and future plans. Unfortunately, Molly Murphy cannot make it tonight. She had a death in the family the other day, so she's spending tonight with her family. So we will welcome her at a future seminar to go over her new book that she's going to be launching. So at the end of the guest speakers, we'd like to hear from you. I would strongly encourage a dialogue with everybody and question and answers. So if we can hold off question and answers until the very end, that'd be fantastic. So if you want to, thank you. So the cry of single dads is being heard by a legal system with fingers in its ears. My mom actually wrote this quote, and I thought she lives in South Carolina, so she couldn't be here tonight, but you know, she's here in spirit. So for my 10 minutes of time, I'd like to introduce you to Not All Dads Are Deadbeats and discuss my future plans for this organization. You can get more information about me and my experiences. It's all in detail on www.notalldadsAredeadbeats. So I won't have to go into that right now, but basically, in a nutshell, I'm a 31-year-old professional web designer. I have a couple other small businesses on the side. I teach at Fanshawe College. I teach interactive design. And I am the full-time proud father of this little girl, Stevie Lee. So I have had first-hand experience of the injustice and desperation brought on by the failed court system while trying to fight for greater access to Stevie. The result of this was a year's worth of despair, loneliness, ignorance, and a sadness that can't be accurately described with words. After one rather painful and traumatic court appearance, I came home feeling completely empty and devoid of hope, at which point I spent the next 3 days fruitlessly numbing myself with very alcoholic intoxicants and becoming increasingly more depressed. It was on the third day that I woke up, and I realized that if I don't fight this corrupt system that is keeping me from seeing this little girl, then I indirectly support it. Not All Dads Are Deadbeats was registered and started up on the third day. So NotAllDadsAreDeadbeats.com is a 100% free online resource and social networking website that reaches out to people who are suffering from a similar injustice. Some of the features on the website, if you haven't visited it already, include a public forum where members can post messages, seek answers, and tell their story, which I think is extremely important, that everybody gets their story out and heard. So the website also features a regularly updated blog, audio broadcasting, and a repository of documents and links to other support groups, to name but a few features. The website is in its infancy, and I look forward to adding new features and tools that will aid us in the pursuit of our goals. So this is just the beginning of this organization, and this is just the beginning of this movement here in London, Ontario. There's no doubt in my mind that together, utilizing all of our unique skill sets, that we can accomplish something in London that will be heralded in Ontario, Canada, and beyond. I've talked to hundreds of proud and supportive fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers since I started this campaign, and that number grows daily. So what is needed today is proper organization, and this leads me to a proposal that I'm going to talk about tonight. This idea is it's still in its formative stages. However, I thought this would be a good forum to introduce it. And it's called the Fathers Union. And I want to talk about it tonight to get everybody thinking about it as a collective unit. So the idea here is that together we would join this Fathers Union. We would have expectations and requirements. For example, as a member of the Fathers Union, you might be required to join in media campaigns, go door to door to educate people, help set up booths, distribute ads, etc. The idea of the Fathers Union is to have everyone on the same page with the same goals, working together as cogs in a well-oiled machine. This union would require a board to oversee events and campaigns, so positions would have to be delegated. As with all activities related to Not All Dads Are Deadbeats, it would be completely free. It would only cost you your time. And to be honest with you, we are actually part of a union right now. This here is a union. We're all unified in a common goal. But by pursuing future organizational endeavors under the umbrella of a Fathers Union that promotes standards and a commitment to common goals, I strongly believe that we can look forward to an expedited outcome. So I actually have been personally inspired by Mary Lou. Where is she? Somewhere here. Right in the back, right far back there. So she's actually teaching me a lot about politics here in London, and I've always been really intimidated by politics. I just kind of assume that they're all my enemy, and you know, I have very little respect for them. But I'm kind of learning some new things, and it's you know, it's actually kind of refreshing to see that there are people out there that are trying to make some change. So she's actually inspired me to run in 2010 as a counselor. But what this means is that for $100, which is basically the entry fee to register as a counselor, I will have the opportunity to promote equal parenting and the needs of children as one of my main platforms to thousands of London residents. But there's absolutely nothing stopping every single person in this room from running. Let me go back. There's absolutely nothing stopping every single person in this room from running for City Council under a unified platform. I don't claim to be a role model for how you should fight court and justice, and I didn't particularly want to be a spokesperson. But I stand before you with great pride knowing that a pivotal decision for positive change made on day 3 of a bout of depression and despair has resulted in us being here tonight. So, in closing, I wanted to stress the importance of accurately recording history. George Orwell, in his book 1984, wrote, "He who controls the present controls the past. He who controls the past controls the future." It is vital that you not only keep records of your court proceedings, but partake in recording events outside of court. Starting up a diary for your son or daughter, for example. Record your feelings and your emotions. Take pictures, record every moment you spend with them. Because what this ensures is that when your child is old enough to make decisions on their own, they become empowered by knowing the truth and knowing that you never gave up on them. So together, unified as one, we seek justice for fathers and their children, and I guarantee you we will make a difference. Thank you. So our next guest speaker is Matheson, and he's going to be talking about the family law and offering advice for